Alright, what is going on everybody? It is Tristan, and today in this video what I got going on for you guys is I'm recording a late night video right now. I definitely have some plans for the next few days. I'm going to be busy, so I'm making some videos in advance for those days that I'm going to be busy. But this one right here is discussing the Travis Scott Jordan 1 Low Black Phantom, since this sneaker right here has a lot of potential behind it and also may have a US release coming up. There's been a lot of stuff surrounding this release, and the EU release is on the 15th, so people are like, okay, when is the US one? So I'll make a how-to cop, and hopefully the US drop will be soon to kind of follow in with this release. And the drop, again, always set like 10 a.m. so just make sure you're kind of checking the app daily before 10 a.m. and you'll be able to see this release, use the tips I'll provide, stuff like that. So feel free to check my Instagrams, any of that down below, and of course if you want to go check out Hypelabs, feel free to give us a follow down below and go join the waitlist if you want to. Again, we're gonna have people, some botters, copping some items for people on this release. Again, this release in particular, we're gonna be getting for people. So if you want to have botters cop items for you, feel free to join the group there, and don't forget the daily end of market deals we do, stuff like that. Dropped these for like $70, $80 below market yesterday. So check us out if you're interested, and let's get started right here, and that's how we can help you with this release, and I'll explain a little bit more later in this video. But discussing this shoe in particular, the Black Phantom Lows, again, retailing at, I didn't want to be wrong on this, so I made sure to double check. I almost said 130, but I know it's not 130. I was getting confused with the eBay SB retail. This one is retailing at 150, just like most of the Travis Scott sneakers have. The fragments were 150 after taxes and everything. I think it was like 168 or something. I was lucky enough on that day to hit, and hopefully that will repeat on this day as well, because I'm going to be going all in on this release whenever it is for the US. Just again, be staying tuned, checking at 10 a.m. Eastern time. For the EU, again, it's on the 15th. So for any of my EU folk watching this, hey, on the 15th, you better be ready. There's the date, there's the time. It is right here on the screen. Make sure you got this saved somewhere. Set a reminder, set an alarm, set some sort of timer. You don't want to miss it, because I see that being one of the main issues. I guess not one of the main issues, but sometimes people just forget. So make sure you don't set those reminders right now. Like, pause the video and do that. That's just the main thing. So have the drop time locked in, and remember that. And overall, I'm a huge fan of this sneaker. I love the theme that we have in it. It's very similar to all the other lows in terms of the insoles, pretty much identical, but in terms of the colorway, we kind of got this all black suede material, which I'm a big fan of. I like how the sneaker looks. Again, I'm an overall fan of this one. It's actually probably one of my favorite Travis Jordan 1 Low collaborations. I can safely say that. I'm a big fan of just kind of the all black theme. I think this should have been done for a while, so finally seeing this design kind of come to light after some of the sample pairs and early pairs that we saw, yeah, these ones are definitely going to stay expensive in price, even with the rumored 100k 200k stock. Yes, these are at Foot Locker, stuff like that, so prices will probably be a little bit lower than normal for this price, once we have it released in the US at all those different locations. We have a Kith raffle that went up today, some stuff like that in the US, so there has been a couple drops in places like that happening for this sneaker in particular. But overall, it's still going to stay, several $100s in price. Like, I'm not saying this one will ever touch $500, $600. Like, it never will. This one will probably comfortably stay above $800. Maybe we'll see some at $700, but we're not discussing resale yet. We'll do that in a sec. But again, drop date, time, don't forget that for my EU folks. And then for the US, stay tuned. It's going to be at 10 a.m. one of these days coming up. I do not believe it'll shock drop. I mean, I've seen rumors about that, but I think it will probably drop, via a normal release. If they shock drop these, and just imagine how mad all the people that missed out would be. It would be a disaster if they did that. That's just my thoughts on them potentially shock dropping this, doing anything along those lines. So that's just how I think about it, or feel about it. So looking into this one right here, again, in the resale prices on it, since last time we've talked about these, they used to be like $1,700, $1,600. You can see the prices have definitely dropped down a little bit now to like $1,100, some at $1,400, but more or less a cheaper price range. These were some of the prices we were seeing for like fragment lows after its release, and even for the reverse mochas, we saw those like touch kind of near these prices. So seeing these before the US release and before the EU release at these prices, it leaves a lot of room for it to go lower, which isn't a bad thing for my folks that want a personal pair. Hey, we may be seeing these at the $700, $800 range. Still very expensive. I'm not saying this is like, hey, anybody can go out and buy a personal. That's not going to be the case. Most people aren't going to hit retail on this release, and that's gonna that's how it will be. I probably won't, but I'm going to try the hardest I can. I got all my different methods, all my accounts out there, and that's really the main method I'll discuss in this video, is making multiple accounts to increase your chances. How you can do that, we'll get into it. So just stay tuned for that later in the video. But overall, with reselling the sneaker, it will probably drop another like $200 in my opinion at least, just because we still have a lot of pairs on the way. But it depends. They could just be backdoored to death, and if that's how it is, I know demand is high for these. They're dropping in December, like around Christmas time. You know, folks want these, so they're gonna be paying up. And you know, if they touch low, just know they're gonna quickly go back up to high. Like if these went into the, you know, $100, like not $100 range, but like, you know, $700, $600 range, which I don't think they will. But if they did, I would start buying these up like hotcakes if they went that low. But I, again, don't think they will. I do not think they will. Just because of the hype, everything that's behind it, I see it staying higher. And if you actually go compare reverse mocha prices right now, I mean, look at these, you know, at like $1,200, $1,300 right now. So for anybody asking me if these are a hold, I mean, personally, if I had a pair right now, I would just, you know, flip it off, take the profit. You know, I wouldn't really be focused on holding a single pair. But, you know, if you're not stressing for profit, hold these for a couple years. They'll be a couple G's. 100%, because I know people like these, and I to be really honest, I don't think stock will be a couple 100,000. That's like 100K, 200K. Like we've been seeing that. Hopefully they do bless us on sneakers, but I don't think they will. Alright, so back in part 2 of the video, I actually had to, you know, my camera was about to die, so, you know, just fix that issue right there. But we're not discussing this anymore. We're actually now discussing making multiple accounts, and how you would go about that is, again, you can check out this video down below if you want to. This will kind of help you out with learning about how to use multiple accounts and like operate with that a little bit more, but it's pretty basic to make multiple accounts. What you do is you just set up multiple Chrome profiles. You just follow these steps right here. Basically what you would do is you would go in here on Chrome right here. You go in the top right, it will have like your profile picture. You'd click that, and then it will show you right here a bunch of different Chrome profiles. You know, you can see these are the different ones I've made, but you can just click here to add one, and you can add different Chrome profiles with different information saved on each. For example, a different sneakers account login on each Chrome profile, and then how you would go about entering on all those profiles. It should, like, you can enter like, you know, make like 5 accounts this way, right? With different numbers, and I'll show you how to, you know, make different numbers in a second if you don't have 5 phone numbers that you could just really verify with really quick. But on each one of these accounts, again, you could make like 5 manually and not need proxies. But if you wanted to make like 10 of these, 15 of these, you would need proxies to do it, and all you'd have to do is just, you know, basically download BP Proxy Switcher right here, which is an extension that allows you to switch on and off proxies. And how it works basically is I could just go right here, click BP Proxy Switcher, which I just have you know, up here in my extensions, just as one of my pinned ones, so I can check it. I'd go here, I'd click edit, and then I could just paste a proxy in here, and I could have this extension again downloaded on each one of my Chrome profiles. And I think it may save the extension across each Chrome profile. If I'm wrong, then again, you could just download it on each Chrome profile that you want to use, and then you'd be able to just again put one proxy in each one of these, just one, a single one. You put one right there, click OK, and then that would be all you have to do, and then it would just, you know, sit in that proxy. And basically why you would buy proxies if you were using like 10 Chrome profiles is because the proxy doesn't let sneakers see that you're, you know, using all those accounts from the same location, so you can actually enter in all of them at once. But again, you can use like 5 manually without having to worry about that. And to make multiple numbers, I believe you just use text verified, which is right here, and it just allows you to make like numbers online and stuff like that. There's also an app, you can just download it on one of your phones. It's called text verified. Just download it on the App Store, and then you can make like a ton of numbers for free on like a $3.99 monthly rate or something. So that's what you can do there. And also, if you want to buy a ton of accounts, you can, instead of going through that hassle, in our Discord we have a partnership for Nike accounts, so you can just buy like 10 or 15, and then you can just put them on your Chrome profiles, or have our botters run them for you, whatever you prefer, and, you know, run some of them manually yourself. So, and we can also teach you how to bot stuff like that. So if you're interested in Hypelabs, feel free to check us out down below. And also the raffles that have been going on mainly overseas, but still check like Kit and all these other local play. Make sure you have the basic apps for like foot store locations downloaded for like Foot Locker, things like that. I know they're doing a raffle right now on Foot Locker for the Travis you know, Phantom Lows. So again, if you want to enter in that, feel free. But that's pretty much everything I need to mention again about this. Check out Raffles sneakers down below for some of the raffles. Hopefully more will update, but as of right now, there isn't many for this sneaker. And don't forget to check this video out down below if you want to learn more about like using the multiple accounts. Ask your questions down below, and also you could join the Discord again, and we will help you with learning more about resell and again getting ready for a drop like this. That's what we do. We help you out. We have like one-on-one support, stuff like that. So and we can teach you how to bot, things like that, and using multiple accounts. I'm always there to help. So check us out on our Twitter, Instagram if y'all want to, and join the wait list again to get in on the group. We will let you in shortly, and follow my Instagram if y'all want to as well. And I will get back to all your questions soon if you have any down below. Again, don't forget, I'm a bit busy. I made this video in advance since on the days that it's being posted, I won't be as active, so keep that in mind. But I'm ending the screen recording. I'm Tristan. Thank you guys, and hopefully I will catch you on the next video soon, sometime this week. Peace.